it from the outside where they could line it up. And that's what Tony Stewart was able to do with Casey Kane. See the 31 come up and get the save, not to get away in that sudden. Tony Stewart was all by himself and able to accelerate away and get the lead.
And we saw the 17 and the 16 become disconnected. They were able to hook up again on the backstretch, but by that time, Stewart had gotten into good position. He had Casey Kane cut on the outside, blocking any type of high move. That's when Kinza decided he'd try to go up high. At that point in time, Biffles and Kinza got disconnected, and the wreck was on from there. Everybody made contact, and it was just hold on. And Tony Stewart with an incredible move, taking off for turn 2, tends to win his 4th here in the Coors
And most importantly, his 3rd of the season to help solidify where he is in the point and also protect him from everything. He was 9th in the points going in. 3 wins now, 4 bonus points going into the chase for Tony Stewart.
You see Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car still sitting in the infield grass. He was able to climb away and is making the ride to the care center for the mandatory observation. You see Jeff Gordon making his car back onto pit road, kind of running the wrong direction. You see all the contact on the left side of that Chevrolet. Another look at the replay here when all the mayhem broke loose. Kevin Harvick got involved in that one. Dale Jr. has finished every lap this year, spinning across the checkered flag. He continued that. He's completed every lap. And today he will end up 15th.
Tony Stewart, we head over to Big Lane. We'll get his thoughts here in just a moment. Right now, let's see if we can catch up with some of the other top 5 finishers.
Matt Kenseth is out of the nest for Matt. You've been at the front of the field the whole night up towards the end. Give everybody an idea what happened there coming off of turn 4.
I'm not really sure. It started off in turn 2, I guess. So figuring out off really good. I did everything I could to keep it with me. And somehow we got separated a little bit. And I guess Tony was separated too, so I slowed up to wait for Greg. And I guess that was a mistake. Tony clearing out from me. And right when I got a run back going into 3, I went to go outside of Tony. And I'm not sure what happened behind me there. I just started working.
Matt Kenseth comes home today in the 3rd position. Steve Post.
Great finish, last few laps of us. Tell us what you wanted out of the racetrack.
Well, we had a great run there with Harvey pushing me, and we just nowhere to go. You know, that was there was nowhere to go. We got into 1, and I had to check up a little bit to keep from running over the hill, and then got turned. Kevin didn't do anything wrong. We just one time we just win the race, and just the momentum. Got him pushing harder than I did, but he pushed right there, and then it kind of cracking. And got lucky to say we got lucky to flag out there, and came back 2 seconds somehow. So that was quite safe.
That was quite a thing. Moody's voice raised 6 octaves on that one. Jeff Burton, the 2nd place run. Here we go. Let's go back to LC.
Ryan Newman, 5th place run after bouncing around off of a couple of people on pit road. Let's start with the finish of this race. What did you see happen there coming to the checkers, and just how wild was it?
I saw a couple pull offside with 3 and 4. Didn't know if he was going to save it or crash it or what. Then I started up there in 1-2 with 31 cars. I think we got into the 16 at the time. But the
sense of relief that you cleared this hurdle as far as this race goes?
This is one of those, Ohio car event for sure, and you know, Loudon next week is also a tough one. You see a lot of action there, so can't never let your guard down, and this is definitely a good point today for us and what we needed, so we just got to do this for the next few races to get us up there.
So look out, there's four. You're this year.
Had a pretty good night. Comes out there with a fourth place run. Not set up for that. Just to drive through all that carnage that was going on over in turn 2 for a couple of times up there in turn number 4. Yeah. Right now, let's go down to Gatorade Victory Lane.
I tell you what, the high five all the way around with Tony Stewart for the fourth time in this Coke Zero 400. And Tony, first place to start. Take us through that last lap as you came off of turn 2.
Well, I was afraid that they were going to, that the 17 and 16 were going to clear us, so we were just going to try to get the line behind it, but just sat down on the right rear brake up and we caught him pull off the mat. I think Matt backed up a little bit trying to get back to him, and we were able to keep the momentum and go around him, and then got in front of him, and I just got on the brakes and tried to back up to him to where they couldn't really get a big run out there, and they were trying to get around the outside there, and that's when the crash happened, and they gave it to us.
Talk about how your race evolved. You were kind of in the middle of the pack for a while and came down pit road a couple of times. Was that by design, or were you guys working on the car all night?
No, I mean, at the beginning, we just kind of took it easy in the back, and, you know, knowing that it was going to be a long day, and we got in a little bit of trouble there. We were kind of a three-car draft that was about half a lap down, and the caution came out, and we worked our way up there, and Steve Addington had an awesome safe haul and pit strategy, taking 2 tires, and that got us down the lead, and that kept us up up there we needed to be for the end of the day. So, you know, the track position and track quality this car was awesome, and, you know, Mobil 1 lubricants, I mean, that's nights like tonight are to show what Mobil 1 lubricants can do for your cars. We had great fuel mileage, and this thing was really, really fast on restarts, and that's just low friction. So, glad to have them on board for sure.
What is it about this racetrack in the summer when they repaved and thought it was going to be a little bit stickier? You got a little bit of an advantage with your background in sprint cars. What is it about this summer race that has your style so well?
I don't know, but I'll trade them all in for just one Daytona 500. So this is 18 wins at Daytona. We just haven't got the right one yet, but you know, all of them are special, and it's cool to do this. This is the second time this year we did a victory lane with Steve Addington at Daytona. So really proud of this group and our guys.
And Tony Stewart breaks the tie. He's 14th all time. He breaks the tie with Buck Baker, a Hall of Famer. He's 47 wins, 4th at the Coke Zero 400, and 3rd in 2012.
The fifth quarter. 60 minutes after the game. Finish the competition for good. Take in protein. Start rebuilding muscle. Stay in the game. These are the fifth quarter. Are you? Protein to rebuild muscle. Gatorade recovery. Part of the G series.
All right, we're here in Gatorade Victory Lane, Tony. 4 wins in this race. Are we going to have to name this one after you, maybe, huh? 4 victories. More importantly, though, from a Chase perspective, 2 wins this year.
I'll tell you what, I'll trade Matt Kins at this race for his February race if he's willing to trade. So just proud of it. It's you know, it shows what Mobil 1 lubricants can do in your car. It's just this thing was really, really good on restarts, and you know, we just needed the track position. We started in the back because of an infraction yesterday, and just you know, glad to get through that. And the guys did a really good job. We got kind of caught in a 3-car draft and lost the main packet early in the race, and you know, on a restart there, we got back up a little closer to the front, and then some pit strategy on Steve Addington's car got the Chevy, got the lead on the restart. So worked out really good for us. I mean, the 17 and 16 were definitely the 2 fastest cars today, but I think we got them on a there on that last lap. We were able to just pull them apart, and I think Matt backed up to try to get hooked up with Greg again, and that got us by him, and just able to hold on until they started wrecking in freedom.
That move when you got in front of him was really the key to this one.
Yeah, it normally is the winner races.
Tony, here is Cole Telser, who is the Coke Zero brand manager. She's got a few words for you.
So Tony, on behalf of Coca-Cola Company and Coke Zero, we are ecstatic to present the trophy to you. Perfect way to end the weekend. Congratulations to you and the whole team. Awesome.
And there you have it. The trophy has been presented to our victor, action will continue for some time as Tony Stewart wins for the 4th time in this particular race and his 2nd win this season. So with the Gatorade Victory Lane celebration continuing, we're going to throw it back upstairs to Tony and Larry.
Well, it's the usual Daytona finish. We see it every year. You know what's going to happen. Here it is again up on the Sprint Vision screen. You see Greg Biffle trying to push it in. Tony Stewart was able, all by his lonesome, to wind that car up. Able to get in front of these two, and then once Biffle and Henson got back together, it looked like they were going to take the inside. Tony came over, kind of blocked it a little bit, had to move them up the racetrack. And then when they got into turn 4, well, Biffle came up a little, trying to get in here, gave everybody else, and that's what it was on. Biffle actually got in the left quarter panel about Henson's car, and then it was on. It was all Tony Stewart coming to the start-finish line.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting hearing Smoke say that once everything got disconnected off of turn 2, he basically got the car as close to Greg Biffle's right rear quarter panel if he could, and he thinks that because of that smaller spoiler that we're running here, got those two disconnected and allowed him to pull ahead. And then once everybody got disconnected over here in turn 3, Stewart had enough of a gap to where he could create the block. Then everybody's pushing at that point, Larry. There's nothing you can do. It was nobody's fault for that wreck. At that point in time, you're coming to the checkered flag. It's time to go. There's no chance to hit the brakes.
Well, there's the point standings. Matt Kenseth still in the lead. He is 17 over Dale Earnhardt Jr. Greg Biffle moves back up to the 3rd spot with Jimmy Johnson having another accident that takes him out of Daytona. Kevin Harvick in the 5th spot. The next page of the point standings has good news for some of them because Brad Keselowski is now in the 9th. It's a tie in points with Clint Boyer. Of course, Brad King has had the 3 wins. That's the tiebreaker there. Tony Stewart up to the 6th spot, helps him out. Denny Hamlin still there, only 7 points behind in the 7th of Martin Truex Jr. Clint Boyer holding down the 10th, and then the wild card's going to get a little more crazy as we get ready to go to Loudon and up in New Hampshire next week.
11th through 15th, Carl Edwards in the 11th spot. Kyle Busch is 12th. Casey Kane is 13th in points. Paul Menard will be 14th with Ryan Newman in 15th. Just thinking about Brad Keselowski's run tonight. And that car was torn up. It was hit on pit road. Heavy damage to the back of that machine. Then he blew kind of the tire end. The tire go down, spun around the back. The whole right rear quarter panel was crushed up. It was ripped off. And he ends up with a top 10 finish, finishing 8th, that solidifies himself even more in the points. Joey Logano, we saw him on pit road all evening tonight. He ends up 4th. It was a nice night for people that had bad luck early to end up with a good finish, but in the end, it was Tony Stewart who showed the muscle here at Daytona.
And by the way, that Carl Edwards being in 11th, he's on the outside looking in because he doesn't have a minute as a wild card spot. So there are drivers that are in front of him, even though if you take a look at the points total, he is the 11th spot right now. And Jeff Burke coming up with the 2nd place finish. They three run Carl Edwards in the 6th spot. And Casey Kane in 7th, 755 coming home in the 9th spot. And it's another car. Having a fun day. It's Daytona. That's all you got to say. It's Daytona.
In the southeast, largest fireworks display going off in the back. I think when you add the fireworks we saw here tonight on the racetrack, this is probably the world's largest fireworks display. Always is when we return to Daytona International Speedway in July.